Just a disclaimer that this video will be extremely biased. Hey, welcome to my latest card deck review. For today will be the one and only Leon's deck, designed by Scott Pearson, Chris Mayhew, and myself. It is one of my favorite decks to come out in a long time. It is beautiful in its simplicity and the fact that it doesn't have outrageous custom court cards and customization on the faces to make it look like a different deck of cards. The fact that it doesn't do that is what really wins it for me. Too many decks out there have custom faces and it just screams that it's a magic deck or a trick deck or something. And if you pull out something like this, this is elegance, this is class, this is beautiful. So here we have the side tuck. It is a custom tuck box that we created. Everything about the cut of the box is custom, and if you look inside, there's no seam, there's no glue. So that is one solid piece of cardboard all the way down, making it the first box, to my knowledge, that has that. So on the front of the box, you have the back of the design. So that means the back of the box, where the flap is where the front of the box really is. There's metal foil in gold and outlining the entire box in red. And in certain light it really shines and it looks beautiful. I'm not always a fan of side tuck boxes, but this one really pops open easily and the cards come in and out easily. I never have to fish in there for extra cards because I couldn't pull them all out at once. Now the inside of the box has this harlequin diamond kind of pattern repeating all the way. I don't know if you can see in, but since it's one piece of cardboard, all the way inside of the box has that pattern, so that's really cool. Now let's get to the actual cards. There were a few elements in this deck that pay homage to the original Dr. Leon's deck, and the main thing would be the lion. So we decided to focus on that as the main element in the back of the card. So we have two lions. That means the cards are not one way. They handle just like any bicycle deck does. They fan beautifully, they spring nicely. There's a nice softness to them. I really like that. You can spring them that way as well fairly easily. Very nice standard bicycle stock. So here we have the jokers. There's the lion design again on the joker, one in red maroon color and the other one in black facing the opposite direction. So there's a few things you can do other than use them in card games. You can take them and have a color change like that, something simple. So that's those two jokers. Then we have the ace of spades, which has a ginormous spade in the middle, and it has a very thin outline, which is very nice and sort of elegant. You'll notice that the pips under the ace are a little bit shorter, making them a little bit fatter. So the pips there are slightly customized as well. The pips here on the actual card are a lot smaller than they normally would be. So that's a customization that most people at first glance might not notice. So like I said at the beginning, these are standard, so the court cards are all standard courts, only that the red has been modified to show this darker maroon color. So again, court cards and all cards other than the ace of spades are completely normal. Then we've got here the utility card for magicians. It is a double backer, so there's a lot of cool tricks you can do with this. One of my favorites is the trick that fooled Houdini. Let me just give these cards a shuffle. Take the ace of hearts, put it second from the top. When you snap, it jumps to the top. So you take the ace of hearts, put it second from the top. When you snap, it jumps back to the top. So that's a fun little trick that you can do using the double backer that is included. And last but not least, we have the add card, which if you're a card gaffer, you get an extra card back that you can do what you will with. But if we look at the credits to the deck, it says Leon playing card inspired by Hiro Sakai, concept by Chris Mayhew, designed by Scott Pearson and a guy named Phil DaCosta. If you go to www.leonplayingcards.com, you'll get more information. You can buy decks there. I also have decks for sale. Alright, let's try this one more time. There we go. Okay, so it takes a couple of pharaohs to break it in. And then you can do your giant. The back design having the two lion heads reminds me a lot of the Win Casino playing cards. Those cards came in blue, red, and brown. I really like this back design. It reminds me a lot of the Win deck design, and the Win is probably one of my favorite for its simplicity. It's definitely in the top 5 decks for my favorite top 5 for the simplicity of it and the elegance of the back design. And these remind me of those, so these are now in my top 5 as well. And that was my review of the Leon's deck by Chris Mayhew. Thanks, and stay tuned for my next deck review. And drop the cards.